Greetings all, and welcome to the 38th episode of the VTP, or the Veteran Trainer's Perspective. Today, we're going to be taking a look at what might be one of the most essential components in life of any trainer, and even those that just enjoy the company of certain Pokémon in their day-to-day lives. Today, we're going to be taking a look at capture balls, including their origins, how they function, and the many different types that exist and have existed throughout all of recorded history.
The history of capture balls is one whose length is still unknown to modern historians, but can easily be assumed that it has been around for a great deal of time. Ancient remnants of capture ball technology can be found in ruins dating back tens of thousands of years, and are often depicted in murals found amongst dry desert areas, effectively cementing their existence among humans all the way back to when humans may have first begun domesticating wild animals and plants for sedentary life. However, these models are far different from modern versions in that the method of function is a complete mystery in many cases, but it can at least be said that they were quite crude by nature. Depending upon the size of the captured Pokémon, the size of the capture ball used to carry it would have required an enormous amount of work to produce, sometimes to the point of carving monstrous capture balls that no ordinary human could ever carry, let alone operate easily. The capture device that many people are familiar with today are a modern twist on these ancient items and incorporate the features found in apricorn balls, which are generally thought to be the true ancestors of the modern capture device, alongside your antique models designed by the Galaxy team of the Hisui region, when said team first arrived on the island before the current base model was crafted by Professor Wormwood V of Celadon University in 1925 after coming back from a holiday in the Unova region. Even so, the art of craftsmanship is present within all types of capture balls without question, as even ancient models that are hundreds if not thousands of years old are still capable of working and are very difficult to destroy through conventional means.
The secret behind how capture balls actually work is still one that only a few people in the world truly know, and is something that even most researchers do not understand. Considering how much work goes into producing even the flimsiest of models, however, this at least makes some sense.
The standard capture ball utilizes a unique form of matter conversion that uses a powerful electromagnetic field to supplement an internal mechanism that temporarily converts matter into energy and simultaneously uses two separate detectors on the inside to measure both the position and velocity of every single particle in an object's body as a way of beating the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. This is only speculation, however, as the true design plans for capture balls are kept locked up and away from all but a handful of people across the planet. Regardless, this mechanism allows the capture ball to effectively contain and release a Pokémon with little trouble based on the physical form immediately at the point of capture. This system, however, is not always perfect. Inside the capture ball, the electromagnetic field is used to calm the subject upon capture and keep it from struggling, as this makes it difficult for the device to register their body structure and record the data internally. When this system breaks down and is unable to fully analyze the target, an automatic failsafe activates that keeps the device from accidentally killing the target. Upon activation, this failsafe ejects a Pokémon it is attempting to scan and permanently deactivates, resulting in a failed capture. The strength of the field holding it in place will determine how effective the device ends up being in capturing a given Pokémon, but the species itself will be the key factor in determining the outcome, as each species has a given amount of resistance against such devices and will likely be difficult to capture if they are especially powerful or dangerous to handle. Once a successful capture has been initiated, the capture ball will permanently record the information it has on the species and will use that data to constantly check to make sure that it is always being pointed at the right Pokémon when calling it back from battle. The interior of a capture ball is designed to keep the Pokémon inside of it happy by making it comfortable. What this actually means, however, is a trade secret, but obviously seems to create an environment friendly enough to keep captured Pokémon from leaving. Aside from simply containing a Pokémon, a capture ball can also be decorated with special seals that create an energy-based flourish of sorts when the Pokémon is released, and acts as a differentiator of shiny Pokémon, as will release a shower of sparkles for releasing a Pokémon genetically recognized to be shiny in nature. If a trainer wishes to release a Pokémon back into the wild, they can do so with a slight adjustment to the Pokédex, as the devices are designed to sync up with all capture balls under a trainer's control and effectively record every single change to a trainer's party. If a Pokémon is caught and a trainer already has 6 Pokémon with them at the moment, it will automatically relay the Pokémon's information to a nearby PC, where a trainer can then later extract and use the Pokémon after switching out for it.
In looking at the different types of capture balls that are available, let's first take a look at the models that truly started it all in modern times, namely the models produced by Silph Co.
Pokeball. This is the standard capture ball designed by Silph Co over 2 decades ago, and is the cheapest model they produce. Considering that they are also the easiest to produce, that makes sense. Almost all types of trainers will rely on this capture device in battle, and will likely come to appreciate it early on for its simple mechanics and low cost. The standard Pokeball is oftentimes decorated with distinct features depending upon the market it is being sold to. In fact, some criminal organizations have gone so far as to decorate their Pokeballs with the logos of their teams. Needless to say, the Pokeball is the most common capture ball among trainers and serves as a great symbol for how Pokemon and humans interact on a daily basis. It is lastly interesting to note that the original design for the Pokeball came from a researcher who observed it interacting with Fungus and Amoonguss while on a paid vacation in the Unova region. Great Ball. The Great Ball is a step up from the standard Pokeball and has a stronger electromagnetic field inside of it that makes it approximately 150% as likely to capture a wild Pokemon than a Pokeball. Needless to say, this is greatly demonstrated in its price, as Great Balls cost 3 times as much to produce and are thus 3 times as expensive to trainers. Ultra Ball. The Ultra Ball continues with this power trend and is approximately 200% as effective at capturing a Pokemon as a standard Pokeball. This is really reflected in its price, as it costs twice as much to make and purchase as a standard Great Ball. Sport and Safari Balls. These two models are used primarily within Safari Zones or other localized events, where battling Pokemon is either not an option or limited to some degree either by time or distance walked. The Sport Ball is exclusively used within the Johto region's bug catching contest outside of Goldenrod City. Here, only the front Pokemon in a trainer's party is allowed to enter, but it can still damage and weaken a wild Pokemon before attempting a capture. For Safari Balls, only the balls are allowed, and no battling can be done to weaken a target before capture. As an incentive to at least try them out, these items are provided for free or at minimal cost, and approximately have a 50% greater chance of capturing a wild Pokemon than a standard Pokeball does. Master Ball. Master Balls are incredibly rare and beyond expensive to produce, so only a handful of them are ever produced every year. The amount of work that goes into these rare items makes them hotly contested, as the electromagnetic field inside of them is so strong that it can literally capture any Pokemon, regardless of how powerful they are, without fail. The secret behind the Master Ball's power is unknown to nearly the entire planet, and is a trade secret that Silphco has been smart to keep as such, so finding one is effectively as difficult as finding a needle in a haystack.
Apricorn models are among the oldest ever produced and are extremely hard to obtain in modern times, mainly because Kurt of Azalea Town is the only person in the world who can still make them at little to no expense. It is duly noted that pre-modern Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls were made with apricorns as well when combined with tumblestones and metal ore, though with more modern methods.
Level Ball. Made from red apricorns, level balls work in relation to the overall power of a trainer's Pokemon in regards to a wild Pokemon. In effect, the higher the level of a trainer's Pokemon is in battle in relation to the level of the opponent, the greater the chances of the device working. At an even higher level, the device is no more powerful than a standard Pokeball, but its power can be amplified to a maximum of 800% of the standard Pokeball's power in the right circumstances. Lure Ball. Made from blue apricorns, Lure Balls are designed to work better against fish-like Pokemon or creatures otherwise revealed through fishing. Against a standard Pokemon, it is about as effective as a Pokeball, but it will be 300% as powerful if used on a Pokemon that was just revealed through fishing. Moon Ball. Made from yellow apricorns, Moon Balls are designed to interact with Pokemon that require Moonstone's revolution and respond to the genetic makeup strongly. When used against most Pokemon, it is about as effective as a standard Pokeball, but if used on any member of the Nidoran, Skitty, Cleffa, Jigglypuff, or Munna families, it will have 400% of the standard Pokeball's power. Friend Ball. Made from green apricorns, the Friend Ball itself does not have any significant power advantages that can be taken advantage of. However, it is much more comfortable than standard capture devices, and will greatly enhance the friendliness and happiness of any Pokemon captured by it. Love Ball. Made from pink apricorns, Love Balls are designed to work in relation to the species and gender of the Pokemon a trainer has out in battle. Against most targets, it will have the same power as a Pokeball, but if used on a Pokemon that is the same species as the Pokemon a trainer currently has out, but is of the opposite gender, it will receive a massive boost in power and will work with approximately 800% of its normal effectiveness. Ancient Heavy Ball. Made from black apricorns, Heavy Balls are fairly clumsy against light Pokemon and can actually be less effective than a standard Pokeball if the target's weight is below 451.5 pounds. However, the effectiveness of the device will increase dramatically as the weight of the target increases, as the device is designed to hold large, bulky Pokemon that have a tough time fitting or being comfortable in normal capture balls. Pre-modern Heavy Ball, Leaden Ball, and Gigaton Balls. Made from a combination of apricorns, black tumblestones, and iron ore, These types of pre-modern heavy balls are noted for normally being as effective as standard capture devices, but are heavy enough to have a serious powerful impact on anything they strike unaware, their power being amplified in the process between the upgraded models to 125%, 200%, and 275% if thrown at a Pokémon that is unguarded, though they can be difficult to throw because of the heavy weight. Fastball. Made from white apricorns, fastballs are designed to work well against fast Pokémon or those that otherwise do not like to stick around. In most cases, the device is about as effective as a standard Pokeball, but if the target is preparing to run away immediately or otherwise has a base speed stat of at least 100, the device will be 400% as effective as normal. Featherball, Wing Ball, and Jet Balls. Made from a combination of apricorns, sky tumblestones, and iron ore, these types of pre-modern capture devices have the same sort of impact power as a standard capture device, but are unique in that they can be thrown both with much greater speed and can reach targets farther away than normal devices can reach, making them ideal for catching fast Pokémon and those that fly through the sky. Origin Ball. This special type of pre-modern capture device is only spoken of in legend, and it is uncertain if there is a way to even make them in modern times. Created in a process that has been lost to time, it is said that this device was crafted with the broken remnants of a red chain, and was strong enough to encapsulate even the most powerful legendary deities. Though whether the device truly existed at all is uncertain, its spoken power makes it very much akin to the modern-day Master Ball, showing an incredible and awe-inspiring demonstration of human ingenuity and powers that has gone relatively unmatched to this day.
While Silphco may have been the first company to make modern capture balls, the Devon Corporation is also world-renowned for the devices that they have managed to create for the global market. And while the devices tend to be more niche in their effects, it's that specialized nature that has helped them to stand out from their contemporaries.
Premier Ball. The Premier Ball is a motivational item designed to encourage trainers to buy large numbers of Pokeballs at once in order to receive some sort of benefit. Every time a trainer purchases at least 10 standard capture devices of a single model, a Premier Ball is given to them as a gift as a way of thanking them. The devices are about as powerful as a standard Pokeball, but the sleek color patterns are nonetheless eye-catching to most. Cherish Ball. The Cherish Ball is a unique item that is not sold on the market, but used to celebrate an occasion, such as giving away rare Pokémon that are otherwise difficult to find. It is about as effective as a standard Pokeball, but its beautiful appearance and ruby red outer gloss make it a luxurious item that trainers love simply for the flair it gives in battle. Repeat Ball. The Repeat Ball is an odd model that works on the premise of past experience, and works well for trainers trying to mass age large number of a particular species. While it will be about as effective as a standard Pokeball when used against a new species of Pokémon, if used against a Pokémon that a trainer has already caught before, the device will automatically boost its power to 300% of its original value, generally through interaction with the trainer's Pokédex. Timer Ball. Timer Balls are unique among other types of capture devices in that their effectiveness is due to a slow-release mechanism that gradually increases its power as it sits with the trainer in battle. If used immediately, the item will have the same power as a standard Pokeball, but with time, it can eventually reach a maximum power of 400% of its original value. Nest Ball. The Nest Ball is designed to work much like the Level Ball in practice, but it is a bit less effective as a result of costly production. While it has the same power as a standard Pokeball when used against an opponent of the same or greater level than the Pokemon a trainer currently has out, as the gap between the two species starts to turn in the trainer's favor, the power of the device will eventually go up to approximately 400% of its normal value. Netball. The netball was originally designed for use by sailors and bug catchers, but it works equally well for trainers looking to snag a bug or water-type Pokemon. While the device is about as effective as a standard Pokeball against 16 of the 18 elemental types, when used on a bug or water-type Pokemon, it deploys a special electromagnetic net that ensnares the target and increases its overall power to 300% of its normal value. Dive Ball. The Dive Ball is designed to help out trainers that are in the middle of the water or otherwise diving down into the water in search of rare Pokemon. In most cases, the device is as powerful as a standard Pokeball, but if used on a Pokemon in the middle of the water or down deep below the water's surface, it will have about 350% the effectiveness it normally has, all thanks to a powerful electromagnetic suction device that scoops the target cleanly out of the water like a small vacuum. Luxury Ball. The Luxury Ball works similarly to the Friend Ball in that it has the same basic effectiveness as a standard Pokeball, but it is extremely comfortable inside and is often seen as the best representation of happiness, in turn meaning that Pokemon captured with it will bond much more quickly with their trainer when captured. Heal Ball. The Heal Ball is strikingly different in that it is designed not to be effective but rather gentle on captured Pokemon, and will do trainers much good if they wish to use a captured Pokemon right away in battle. While the device is about as powerful as a standard Pokeball, it automatically releases a healing tonic on a target when captured that fully heals it of its HP, PP, and any status conditions it might be afflicted with. Quick Ball. The Quick Ball is a quirky creation that works well for trainers to have an itchy trigger finger when it comes to battles. In most cases, the device is no more powerful than a standard Pokeball, but if it is used immediately in battle upon finding a wild Pokemon, it will activate a fail-safe guard that will heavily amplify the device's power, increasing it to 500% of its normal value. Dusk Ball. The Dusk Ball is a strange but useful device that is designed to work effectively against opponents in dark environments. While the device is normally about as powerful as standard Pokeball in most cases, if it is night out or a trainer is battling an opponent in a dark cave, the device will draw out power from a reserve storage unit in the back of the device and increase its power to 350% of its normal value. Park Ball. The Park Ball is a rare item only used at PAL Parks due to its extremely high production cost. In essence, the Park Ball is about as powerful as a Master Ball and is only given to trainers a maximum of once per day within packets of 6 balls, as a way of allowing them to capture wild Pokemon that have been released by another trainer and allowed to roam free within the PAL Park areas. Dream Ball. Little is currently known about how the Dream Ball actually works, but it is stated that it acts as a digital enhancer that allows trainers to capture Pokemon they may come across in their dreams without fail after they are materialized into reality. It is only designed to work in very specific areas and is unobtainable outside of Entralink normally, but if a Pokemon is befriendable in the dream world, they will instantly be teleported back to the real world, where the dream Pokemon will be digitized and recreated through a process similar to what was used to create Porygon, though the process has been greatly refined since then, and in such a way as to allow the Dream Ball to directly lock onto them and capture them perfectly every time. Outside of this, the balls normally only have the same power as a standard Pokeball, though they have 400% the level of normal effectiveness if used on a sleeping Pokemon.
Sometimes a capture ball might not come from a well-known source, and may have properties to it that are unique or special in their own right, and they more often than not are incredibly hard to come by and exist as models that the general public is unlikely to ever see in person, let alone be able to use.
Dark Ball. Dark Balls are believed to be completely gone from the face of the Earth, and that is likely a good thing. The prototype form of shadow technology developed in secret by Team Rocket, Dark Balls utilize anti-positive energy to control and manipulate the minds of Pokemon in such a way as to render them emotionless fighters that will gladly attack humans and Pokemon alike at the sound of their trainer's command. These powerful devices serve to amplify both the raw power and brutality possessed by any given species, but if the Pokemon attached to the device manages to shake off the device's hold and regain its free will, the Dark Ball will self-destruct and generate a feedback of anti-positive energy in the captured Pokemon that will either kill it instantly or weaken it to the point of dying within a few minutes. Only Dark types, due to their capacity to naturally utilize anti-positive energy with little trouble, are immune to this dangerous feedback. GS Ball. Little is known about this strange device, as has only been seen by humans on a few occasions, but some believe that it may contain a great treasure or the powerful legendary Pokemon. Unfortunately, aside from being a rare sight, no one has ever managed to actually crack open the device without potentially destroying its contents, so the GS Ball's true purpose remains a mystery. Beast Ball. This special model is impossible for normal trainers to gain access to, as they were crafted in limited numbers by the Aether Foundation because they are incredibly expensive to construct and were made for the sole purpose of capturing Ultra Beasts. Because the Ultra Beasts are effectively Pokemon from different universes, their biological forms and genetic material do not match up with that of life seen in this universe. As a result, normal capture devices will have a hard time recognizing them as Pokemon, and the functionality will be severely impaired. The Beast Balls were therefore crafted to specifically target the Ultra Beasts by locking onto and manipulating the one defining characteristic almost all of them share, not including legendaries, that being the massive amount of Ultra Wormhole energy that they are bathed in while passing through portals into our world, repurposing the energy into a containment field that can help restrain them for capture. When one of these devices is used on an identified type of Ultra Beast, it will have 500% the strength of a normal Pokeball, making them some of the strongest capture devices in terms of capturing power. However, because they are made to target Ultra Beasts, these devices will have an equally difficult time recognizing ordinary Pokemon, and will only have 10% of the normal power possessed by a Pokeball if used on anything but an Ultra Beast. Snag Ball. Snag Ball technology has only ever been used during both of the Ori region's Shadow Crises, and is thus of little consequence today, but it is still worth noting due to its unusual way of capturing and retaining Pokemon. Under most situations, a Pokemon owned by another trainer cannot be captured because they are already registered to another device, and another capture ball will merely bounce off them instead of actually working. Snaggable technology works differently from normal capture technology, in that it is designed to only work on Pokémon that have been captured by another trainer and operates by forcefully overriding the electromagnetic field that keeps a Pokémon permanently linked to its capture device. Snaggable technology is widely believed to have originated from the Mewtwo incident, particularly in regards to the strange clone balls that Mewtwo used to capture the Pokémon of other trainers in order to ready them from cloning. These odd creations were unique in that they could actually seek out and manually capture a Pokémon without any direction, as well implanted with a digital processor that allowed them to work as a self-sentient mechanoid with only one simple purpose. Needless to say, these objects were extremely expensive to construct and were never seen after the incident due to this issue. However, an organization in the Orid region known as Cypher took a liking to the devices and took the technology one step further by creating the Snag Machine, a self-energized gauntlet that was worn on the arm and used to manually increase the electromagnetic power of a given capture device. The Snag Machine itself did not actually increase the overall effectiveness of any one capture ball, but it did give any capture ball used with the device the power needed to override the field of a Pokemon's capture device, thus treating them as if they were actually wild Pokemon. After the onset of the first Shadow Crisis, however, these Snag Machine models were mostly destroyed, though a single surviving unit made it out in one piece, and another one was built from its original design plans 5 years later, just in time for the onset of the second Shadow Crisis. Capture balls have made a significant impact on the way that humans and Pokemon interact with each other, and have effectively become the defining trait for trainers across the planet. Though many of the secrets behind how they work will likely stay as such for the majority of the world, it goes without saying that without them, we would never have begun to truly respect these creatures for what they are, and treat them as they and all other life forms deserve to be treated, with dignity and respect. Whether you are a trainer, a hobbyist, or someone that rarely ever interacts with Pokemon at all, it is only right to show at least some respect for the work that has gone into providing these tools to interact with Pokemon on a scale unlike any other. It is likely that capture technology will only continue to advance with time, and it can only be hoped that such advancements will continue to lead us to live as equals with Pokemon and hopefully understand more of the mysteries that surround both their existence and their true relation to the human race as a whole.
That's it for this episode, so I'll see you again another time here on the VTP. Thank you all for watching this video. It always brings me great joy to see others enjoying the work I do to try and make the world of Pokemon and the fascinating creatures that lay inside of it feel as real as they possibly can. If you really enjoy my work, please feel free to leave a comment and subscribe, as I always do my best to respond to any and all comments that are left on my videos. In addition, if you wish to learn more about my work and help support it, you can find links to my Patreon page, as well as email and other contact information to my work on DeviantArt in the video description down below. Furthermore, you can find a link to my Discord server there as well if you'd like to get a first glimpse at what videos are coming up next and converse with other fans of the world of Pokemon. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and have a wonderful rest of your day.